What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are actually going to make a hoist, if you will, to be able to take that Jeep top off. So stay tuned and let's get started. Get in the car like this and smile, there's something wrong with it. Again guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, today we are actually going to make a lift system in order to get that top off of that Jeep Wrangler. Everybody and their mother is mowing today, so I'm going to shut up shop since we don't need the Jeep right now anyways. So number one, what you want to do on the list is bring your Jeep to the actual garage door and see if it's going to fit into the garage door. My Jeep, however, will not. It likes, I mean, just a smidge of not being able to fit. The bottom of the garage door, which is up here generally when your garage door is open, is rubbing the top of the Jeep that we are going to take off. So either one, I'm going to have to let the air out of my tires in order to back it in here to take the top off, or two, I'm gonna have to have my wife or somebody to stand here on the rails and kind of just pull, because I don't need a whole lot. But that's just something that you guys may need to work out yourself. You may have a garage where you can actually put a lift or a hoist in. I can't. Spend thousands of dollars on the equipment to lift your top off and still have the place to store your top and the actual equipment that you needed to take your top off with. Or you can go to Harbor Freight and pick up one of those lift systems for a couple $100, fix you up something with that. Or you can make an A-frame, and the list goes on and on and on. There's plenty of videos out there, like I said, about how to make a lift or a hoist or whatever to get that top off. There's even a video showing you about this particular things that I'm getting ready to show you. But since you're here, since you're on my channel, you've obviously either watching because of motorcycles, because of the Jeep Wrangler, or because of the Vet, or the Vacate, whatever, whatever, little plug there. Anyways, here is what we need. For under 40 bucks, this is all you need, and your time, that's it. So, first, the eyelets. You need eyelets. You need a 2x4. Preferably 6 foot, but if you can't find a 6, 8 will work. You will need 10-foot standard cam buckles, 4 of them, usually come in a 4-pack anyway. And if you don't already have one, pick one up, a stud finder. Yes, all for under 40 bucks. Don't believe me? I'll show you. I had to go to 2 separate places. So in order to do this, you may also have to do this, but still, if you can get it all at one place, I'm sure it'll probably be even cheaper. So your cam buckles are $18.98. Your 2x4, 8 foot long, is $3.78. Your eyelets, $2 and what is it, 69 cents a piece, which comes out to $16.14, is $38.90. So yes, under 40 bucks, you can make a lift for your Jeep. So now let's get started. I just want to interrupt this video and say, look, I'm not a carpenter. So anything I do that may be wrong, well, it is what it is. I work on cars, trucks, motorcycles, and things like that. I'm not very good with wood unless it's my wood. But listen, if you see something wrong, then do it your way. But don't go down in the comment section criticizing me, because like I said, I'm not a carpenter. I'm just a guy that's just tinkers. That's it. So let's get back to the video. Okay, now that you're on your ladder and you're, up in the air a little bit, you need to find your stud. I mean, I know I'm a stud, but you need to find the stud on the ceiling. So what you need, like I said a few minutes ago, is a stud finder. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can go to Lowe's, any of your hardware store, and pick one of these up. I don't know if you know how one of these work. They have an actual button on the side that you hold down. When you hold it down, there's a little laser that's inside of this that actually looks for the stud. It knows how to do, I don't know, it's science. I don't know how it works, to be honest, but it works. So what we want to do is, we know our studs are running this way. We know that. So what we want to do is stick this up here somewhere and hold the button down. See how it lit up? And just run it down. Uh-oh, look at there. So right there we know. So what you would want to do would be take a pen, a marker, whatever, and do a little line right there. Do a little circle so you know that that's where you need to drill. Why would you want to drill? Because of these eye lag bolts. Obviously, if you try to run this just through by itself, you're going to have a hard time. It's going to be rough. So why not make things a little easier? Go get your little cheap Black & Decker drill here, you know, and run you a little pilot hole. That's all you have to do. I got a little one, not really, but this is pretty close to being the same size as this lag bolt. So my job will be a little easier. So now let's do the pilot hole. Screw it into place. Take a screwdriver, run it through your lag bolt, and crank her down. There was mistakes made. It happens. And I told you I'd let you know. So I realized that I actually needed to go over some, and which was no big deal. I've just got an extra hole in my ceiling that I'll have to fix later. But here's what we got. I've got an eye bolt here, and then we come over here and I have an eye bolt here. Now it's hard to do anything unless you have the Jeep kind of sort of, like I said, set in here so you could see what was going on. But I know how the vehicle sit in my garage, and I knew this was wrong. So I actually had to scoot this eye bolt out over. So what you want to do is measure 72 inches. 72 inches from this one to the next one. That's the width. Now for the length, we've got to take some measurements, which I already done. In order to get this top to work the way you want it, or this system to pull this top off, you've got to measure between here and here. And that measurement is 40 inches. So keep in mind, I'll put it up on the screen. Width is going to be 72 and length come out 40. So what you want to do, since you've already got your width going, come out now to 40. And you may have to give or take a little bit, but get as close to 40 as you can. Had to turn off the lights maybe so you could see a little bit better, but as you can see, yes, all 4 lag bolts are in. Now in my particular case, I did have to go, instead of 40 inches, I went 48 inches. Now I could have went back 8 inches, but I got to thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I think it probably would be better just to add instead of taking away from it. So I believe this will be perfect. It's just the way my system is, the way my rafters are set, or the floor joist and stuff. It's what I had to do. And well, now we're on to the next part. The next part, honestly, you could, at this point right here, you could actually lift the top off. Let's say I'm a Jeep and we're backing in right now. Beep, beep, beep. You see behind me? See this? Beep, beep, beep. Okay, I've done come to my first set of straps. Beep, beep. Oh, right here we are. Let's stop. Okay. This is what we have. Now at this point right here, you could absolutely lift your top. Yes, it would be a little bit aggravating, and yes, you would have to be really careful not to scratch your top, but you could easily put a towel under one of these hooks and lift the top up. You know, put one on one side, one on the back, and lift up. Put one on the front side, one on the front side, and lift up, and your top, you could drive right out from under its life. But we're going to make things just a tad bit easier. That is what Mr. 2x4 is for. We're going to take Mr. 2x4 and cut him down to 72 inches. I'll also put that on the screen. What was the 72 inches? That was also the width. So this is going to be the width. And, well, Let's get Mr. 2x4 cut and I'll show you. Cut it out to 72 inches. Once you have it at 72 inches, turn it this way. As you can see, whether you got the 2 this way and the 4 is this way, all right. Pre-drill you a hole about 1 inch in. Now it doesn't have to be precise. Just get it close, about 1 inch in. Pre-drill it, make sure, because if you don't, it will split, it will be all kinds of a mess, and you're gonna have to start over. And you don't wanna do that, it's too hot. This fat boy is out of breath and hot, but anyways, do the exact same thing on the opposite end. And that's what you got. You got a 2x4 with the eye bolts on either end. Now you wanna take this said 2x4 and put it on the back side of your straps. Now when you back your Jeep into here, you can lower this down to whatever level you need. This way you can do things by yourself. You don't have to have an extra hand. This will be your extra hand. You take your bolts out of your top the way you normally do a Jeep. You know, the 3 on each side and then the 2 on the top. You take those out. And sometimes you may have to put a little back into it, but you get inside the Jeep, raise your top, you know, make sure everything clears here, regardless, whatever you got or however it works. Put your back into it, lift it up, and then kind of walk it forward a little bit. When you're walking it forward, you're going to rest the top on the 2x4. No, it's not gonna be a lot, but it's gonna be help. I mean, think about it, that's your helper. And then you get out of your Jeep, you come to the front, and you've got the little spots in the front. You can take your hooks, hook them in, and pull it up. Now you could probably use the ratchet straps, but I believe the ratchet straps would be more of a hassle. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't think that top weighs no more than 150 pounds probably, but it's just an awkward 150 pounds. It's not that nobody can't lift it, it's just awkward. So you just need enough to get it up off the ground. And look guys, watch how easy this right here will be to lift. Just with this, you just push it and lift, and it stops. Come over here, do the exact same thing. Now imagine the top being on here while you're doing that. It's that simple. And then when you're ready, it's stored out of the way. You can drive your vehicle still under. It's still gonna be stout enough to hold. You're in good shape, and it's out of the way, and you can drive your Jeep without your top. You're topless. So if any of you are skeptical about this, no, that's not gonna hold my top. No, no, no. Yes, it actually will. Your top may weigh 150 to 200 pounds, and that's divided over 4 different spots. This way, I'm 200 pounds, and I'm gonna sit on this right here alone. And I'll show you that it absolutely will hold. Like I said, 200 pounds sitting and swinging. It's not the first time that I've done it, nor it probably won't be the last. I'm pretty sure if my grandbaby sees me doing this, it's gonna be Papa push, Papa push. But that's not really what it's for. And if I'm not careful and my wife sees this, there'll be a swing sitting out here and we'll be swinging out in the garage. So I better get off of it right now so I don't have any other ideas formed in people's minds. But either way, that I hope helped you out. There's plenty of other videos out there showing you how to take your top off your Jeep. But look, you may be by yourself one day. You may be an older person. You may be a young lady that's not really, and I'm not saying nothing about you ladies, I'm just saying you may not, you want to do it by yourself, you know? You ain't wanting no man around you, you just want to pick it up and you're wanting to get it, hey, this right here will do it. And there's no shame in the game. You're getting your top off, you know? You're having a good time, you're going topless for the day, so, or week or whatever. And the good thing about this is once you lift your top off, you can actually drive your Jeep back in forward or backwards, and you still got your function in your garage. That's the best part about it. Yes, there's plenty of other ways out there, but they're gonna cost you thousands of dollars. For 40 bucks, less than 40 bucks, we built this. So it's not that hard. It's a little time consuming, but most of it was because I was recording. It took me approximately 2 hours. And I would bring the Jeep in here and show you how it all works, but I'm on a tight schedule right now and getting ready to go out of town here shortly, to be honest. So I just wanted to get this done. I wanted to show you that it can be done. Also, you can go to Harbor Freight and actually get the winch if you've got a place to put it. I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to go the cheapest and easiest way, and this is it. So, hope you've enjoyed that video. Again, like always, like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, I'm glad to have you stick around. There's more stuff to come. If you're an OG here and you've been around for a while, let's just keep rocking. I'm glad each and every one of you are still here and love you. But anyways, do it with me. Peace. I'm out.